How did you meet? What attracted you to each other?
We met in 1984. We both worked for the same organization, and the attraction was he liked the same things I did. Uh, we had a lot of the same hobbies and just enjoyed each other's company.
Were you in any other serious relationships prior to your marriage?
Yes, we had both been married before.
How long did you date? What was a typical date like?
We dated for a little over 2 years, and a typical date for us was, depending on the season of the year, we would go fishing, we would go hunting. We enjoyed those type of things. We enjoyed cooking and going out to eat, going to a movie, and we enjoyed each other's company. Do you agree?
I do, and one other thing that we did is we like gardening. I like to grow things. We like fresh vegetables. I can't even go over there without her saying, "Well, I'm gonna come and help you." So and I enjoy that, and we pick everything, and then we can our foods.
When did you decide to get married? Did you live together first?
We did not live together, but we decided to get married after we had been friends for a long time, and we dated some. We went out, did our things like I told you, and we just decided that we wanted to get married, and that's what we did. And we've been together a long time, 30 years.
What do you like to do together for fun?
Ooh. Well, she touched on it a few minutes ago. We go to Louisiana quite often. We love fishing, brackish water fishing, saltwater species, 3 or 4 different species, and we spend 3 to 4 to 5 nights, and we fish every day. And the hobby of gardening is something that I've been doing for years, and she's helped me for years. We do some traveling. We love traveling. She loves it more than I do, but I think I hate the part of driving.
We do we go to church. That's very important in our lives. We do a lot of church activities. We do activities with the kids at church. Um, Anything else you can think of?
No, just helping. In general, a lot of people that need help, even our neighbors, if they need help, we'll go and help them.
Right.
Describe each of your roles in the relationship. How did you come to have these roles?
Well, if there's a decision that or something comes up and we don't agree, Ralph is the head of our household, so he makes the final decision. And but we work together, and we don't try to hurt each other's feelings, and we just work together. But Ralph's role is he's the head of the household. So
What are your biggest arguments about in your relationship?
Well, first of all, I don't think we've ever had an argument that's just where anger just flows out. She'll bring up a point she wants to make, and then if I've got a point, we can work that out. And I'm telling you the truth, because we see a lot of times other people who are really angry. They just can't get along on certain issues, and if they talk through these things, then a lot of that can be worked out.
I think our relationship with Jesus Christ helps in that. We study the Bible together, and we do have a relationship. We pray for each other. We pray for our families, and we just have a good relationship.
Do you have any children?
I have 2 daughters. one that lives up in Alaska right now, and the other at Brookhaven. Kathy doesn't have any children, but we often have a lot of children around us. Her nieces and nephews. So there's a lot of children around.
Do you work?
We're both retired.
What is the biggest strength in your relationship?
The biggest strength is like I said before, is our relationship with Jesus Christ, and knowing that we study the Bible, we know what God tells us to do, and when we do it, it doesn't mean we're not going to have trials and tribulations. It just means you've got a peaceful heart, and you're able to enjoy life and get through the tough times. We've both had tough times in our life. We've lost people that we cared deeply for, and the way we get through that and wake up in the morning with a smile on our face is because we know God's there with us. Do you feel that way?
I do, and I think by that I know almost what she's thinking, and she feels that way about me. So that makes things a lot easier when it comes to issues that might arise.
And Ralph and I, if we've got some project or something we want to do, we have an old house that's 125 years old and is cold in the winter, but we took 5 chimneys out of this house, and we did a lot of remodeling. And every little job we do it together, and it makes it easier. So, and I'm grateful to him for that we don't have to do things by ourselves.
Does religion play a major part in your relationship?
I think we answered that already, but yes, it does. It plays a huge part, and we're very grateful for everything we have.
And what is your favorite memory together?
Well, I think I'll go. My favorite memory is going to Alaska for 3 weeks. We did a lot of fishing, a lot of salmon fishing. And watching Ralph and the joy that he had, and the scenery of being there was just beautiful. But we stayed 3 weeks. We did a lot of camping. We did a lot of hiking, did lots of fishing, a lot of cooking. So we stayed with friends, and they enjoy the same things we do. So anyway, that's one of my favorite memories. And we went to Maine, and that was absolutely beautiful. We stayed 3 weeks in Maine in an old house that was on a cliff overlooking the water. And an elderly man came and was getting lobster. Is that right, Ralph?
That's right.
And Ralph became friends with him. You tell Harley the rest.
Well, he was an old veteran, and he had X amount, says 72 to be exact, of crab pots, lobster pots, and we were told where he lived, so I walked there, and he charged me $2 a pound. And in the end, they were so good, in the end we decided we needed more. And so we went back, and he gave me the precise number of lobster that was in this holding pot, and we bought them all for $1 a piece when lobster was selling for $12, $14 a pound. So we ate lots of lobsters. We had no electricity.
Lobster omelets, lobster.
Yeah,
but
lobster, everything.
That was a really memorable time, and we often think about that. And the elderly man that Ralph met has since died. We would always keep in touch with him, send him Christmas cards, and the card was returned to us, and his son told us that he had passed away. So that was sad. But those are very memorable, don't you think, Ralph? We have lots of memories, but lots of fun memories, and especially when I catch more and bigger fish than him. I never forget those times.
Yeah, I don't like that. There's one thing in Maine that I'll tell you, Harley. There's a mountain. I don't know the correct pronunciation of it.
Cadillac.
It's either Cadillac or Cadillac because it's French, and it's about 6,000 feet high. And to get around it, you just drive circles around the mountain, and now you're at the highest point in the United States where the sun first touches land. And I thought that was amazing. And it is to see the sun rising.
And it was cold that morning, and we took blankets. We had on warm clothes, but we were still cold. And we waited and waited for the sun because, like Ralph said, it's the first place the sun touches the United States. And it looked like an egg. We were just kept watching. It looked like an egg, a little round. And then all of a sudden, this huge, big sun pops up, and immediately we were warmer.
That's
So
right.
that was fun. That's a good memory.
Yeah.